Updating, it's finally done.
Welcome to the Let's Talk Shop Box, where we talk all about the digital wrestling. You already know, we're here to talk booking shows. We may not be experts in the game,
Let's do this!
Giving no advice, all the same, like the Three Stooges. We'll bring the fun, talking pro wrestling.
They can't hear you, hold on.
Let's Talk Shop. Turn up the dial, unfiltered opinions, that's our style. Crack your headphones and give us a listen. The Let's Talk Podcast. Talk. The Let's Talk Podcast.
Hold on. Oh my god. Oh, I botched. Son of a biscuit. Like these aren't universe matches. I know it's fun. Freaking hell! Lord, I'm doing great today. This is just amazing. All right, there we go. I'm just hearing it everywhere as it says random universe moment. Oh, shut the hell up. God damn. Edit the name here too.
Let's Talk Shop Box, where we talk all about the digital wrestling. You already know, we're here to talk booking shows. We may not be experts in the game, but we're giving our advice all the same, like the Three Stooges. We'll bring the fun, talking pro wrestling, second to none. Let's talk shop. Turn up the dial, unfiltered opinions. That's our style. Crack your headphones and give us a listen. The Let's Talk Podcast.
God, you're so big.
Talk. The Let's Talk Podcast. Talk.
For like the fourth time. We're having a little bit of fun here, folks. Okay. Alright, let's go and get going. Hello, everybody. I am your host, or one of your hosts, Triple Beat.
Host? You know you're the host, motherfucker.
One of them. Hold on. I'm joined by Odds Cornet and Young Samurai, and today we are going to be talking about Universe Mode. Hello, Jamar Games. Welcome in. We are going
This should be very educational for many of you that that do not know anything about Universe Mode.
So, a little thing, so that at least there is a sound bite of this.
It sounded like you coughed. All I heard was chew. Like that's it. Like it didn't even pick it up. Your internet literally censored you. Nope, it still censored you.
Hello, Discord!
Discord keeps censoring him. Hey, what's up, Sly Cooper? What's going on?
Hey, Sly. How you doing?
Sly and Carmelina in the chat. Alright. So, today we are talking about Universe Mode. Universe Mode over the years. I don't have any slides or anything like that to share for this one.
We came up with this topic exactly at the last fucking minute.
Like, literally, we got at a party and we're
I
just
think
we don't even know what we're going to talk about today. Universe Mode. Oh, hey, let's just make that our thing.
Just because I think, like, you mentioned, like, my old show I did way back in the day. I mentioned the universe mode thing. We think it was a good idea. And then you're just like, oh, let's talk about universe mode stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing...
And let's start with the bare bones basics that 80% of the people nowadays don't know about. Universe mode started in WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010.
Yep.
And it started as chaos. The point of universe mode was to let it play, do its thing, and just be and for universe mode to be wacky and goofy.
Well, and in the original entry, it was built into the game itself. So when you loaded up the game, you loaded into Universe, and they actually used to have a ticker. I don't know if you guys remember this, but you had the Performance Center, essentially, which was an empty arena that you could find.
Yeah, it didn't fucking work.
Yep, you had that. Wait, why is this not?
Yeah, and it didn't fucking work.
Yep.
But the other thing is, Universe Mode had its counterpart. Its counterpart to the Chaos was Story Designer. And Story Designer was the controlled environment for Universe Mode's chaos and chaotic craziness of ultimately simming a year, and somehow John Cena is now in a team with Curtis Axel.
Yep.
That's Universe Mode. That's how Universe Mode started. And over the years, from SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 to W12 to W13 to W4 to 2K14, all of them did the same thing, but improved Universe Mode a little bit more, giving a little bit more control, but still giving what Universe Mode was all about, which is chaos and chaoticness. While Story Designer was the control. You controlled what you're doing.
Right.
When 2K took over and got rid of Story Designer, Universe Mode still stayed the same. But as the fan base has grown, and some people don't know this, yes, Universe Mode started off and still is chaotic. You cannot control Universe Mode. You can control Universe Mode now a little bit, but it's still the same thing. You cannot control it fully.
Well, for me, the chaoticness is kind of the charm of it. That's what I enjoy about Universe, and that's why I do my edited shows, or that's why I have the edited shows. But
yeah, that was the point of the whole thing in the first place.
But what I will say is, as things have gone on, there's no more Story Designer anymore.
Yep.
So it would be nice if Universe Mode would evolve and kind of
it needs to.
It's at the point where it needs to. It needs to evolve and be more inclusive as far as those stories are concerned, so that way you actually are able to tell more of a story with your show rather than not. And if you guys are watching on Twitch, you can see the screen is moving around. I'm messing with the overlays while we're all talking. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Yeah, trust me, when we're not going to be sitting here saying, well, the old it was better back in our day. We've done that plenty of times, trust me. Universe Mode is not one of them.
Universe, I've always...
If you've played the original Universe Mode and wanted to keep a tag team together, good luck.
Well, the thing that I did in the original Universe Mode was I used it the way that they have that the My Player universe or whatever it's called now, where you pick a person and you play the universe as them.
Superstar mode.
Superstar mode. Yeah, superstar mode. Sorry. That's how I used to use the old universe. I would play as my character. Now the character that I played as was Demolition. So I used it kind of as his career mode, and I went like from normal shows to pay-per-views, etc. And that's why I call him one of my legends, because he was like the first character I made to play the mode.
The single player universe mode is only a new creation.
I know, but I said, I used it that way back in the day. I would jump to his matches. But that was that was after I played around with it at first. Okay, so I did play around with it at first back when it first came out. I'd play around with it, and I would simulate like WWE matches and whatnot. And if I remember correctly, in that first iteration of it, you had to play to unlock certain characters. So I would play Universe to unlock characters.
Not if you had the accelerator.
True, but
yes, folks. Back in the day, the actual accelerator would unlock everything in the game. What a novel concept! That you purchase something and unlocked everything in the game without you having to fucking play it.
That would be too easy, wouldn't it?
Anyway, the original universe mode. If you want to keep a tag team together, good luck. That thing was that original one was known for just being putting random teams together, destroying tag teams, doing whatever it wanted. So trust me, we are not going to be sitting here and saying universe mode was better back in our day. No, universe mode has improved. But what we're going to be doing here is universe mode needs to improve some more and get with the times, and since there's no story designer, stop being chaos. The chaos was fun in its day, but it's not that way anymore. Because we have an entire Everyone has their own favorite universe mode. Everyone has their own favorite universe mode, and everyone has their own favorite version of it. And that could be for any version of the game. And also, like I was saying, welcome Jessica Vesuvius to the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in.
Welcome, Jessica.
And welcome Rage in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
We see you, motherfucker.
And I have to say, my favorite iteration of Universe was yeah, that's true. 12 gave you unlockable. So did 11 and 10, if I remember correctly. I liked
it did, but you could also just use the accelerator and get them unlocked.
That's
locked right away.
That's true. But I personally, as far as like the feel of it and everything, I really kind of miss, and this is gonna seem weird, but I miss 2010's universe, where it was integrated, where you had the option to have it be integrated into the game. I thought that was...
I don't miss 2010. The original.
I know it was the original, but I liked the idea that they tried at least, where you had the practice arena and then you had the universe mode.
The practice arena that didn't work.
Yeah, it worked. It did work. I played in it all the time.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Oh, you have two old heads arguing.
It did work.
Bro, there were parts of the damn ring that had an invisible wall. It didn't work.
I don't remember that, but
I do. I played 2010. I don't like 2010.
I actually have 2010. I'm trying to load it up in the background.
He's trying to watch. I'll be right. It works. Anyway,
In fairness, though, I tried getting it to load up yesterday. I think the disc might be scuffed in some way. I don't know how.
damn it, we'll never know. Because
That's
PlayStation is broken.
possible, but I think some good cleaner should get out any scuffs and scratches.
I enjoyed 2011.
I like 2011 a lot better than 10.
2012 was nice because I believe 12 was the first year where you could import custom shows into Universe. So,
I sadly never got to experience much of WWE 12 because that was around the time of the complete blackout of PlayStation.
Yeah. Well,
And that was also around the time when we did not realize the impending doom that was coming.
true. 13 was... You know what? It was 13 that I'm thinking of here, actually.
Run of 13 and 12
Hey!
for the Universe mode.
Rage, thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the...
Dude, thank you so much. He's like,
The
these
triple
damn
Rage?
commercials! These damn commercials can go to hell!
Thank you for subscribing to Triple Beat their Rage.
Yeah, much appreciated.
You won't be disappointed.
Much appreciated. The man with the best commercial out there.
I don't know. I thought mine was pretty damn good.
I don't know.
See those shorts to see which one is better.
God damn. I used my last snooze. I don't want to deal with commercials.
That's fine. We go get it.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Oh, I didn't realize that you were actually able to snooze stuff on your own. Crap, I would have used that earlier today.
But at the same time, when it comes to 2010, if anybody watches CPW, they'll notice that especially recently, a certain 2010 SmackDown vs. Raw 2010's commercial was added to my commercial lineup.
Oh, I didn't even notice that yet. I pay more attention.
Good gracious, you never pay attention.
Me? Pay attention?
Squirrel!
Where? We do like to have fun here, folks.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 was highly advertised. Very highly advertised.
Well, it was also the first year that they had the new Creation Suite. So the Creation Suite that we use today, 2010 was kind of the... How do I put it? Like the beginning of it. The real...
Not really. It was...
Yes, really. It was kind of the beginning of it. It was more... 2010...
They revamped it.
No, 2010 was like a leap.
Yes, they did. They revamped it. That's why the commercial was all promoting the Creation Suite, because they updated it.
God bless you, Blaze.
Hey, Blaze.
Well,
what happened?
Hey, Blaze.
Here's the timeline. Here's the timeline. SmackDown vs. Raw 08 was completely panned. One of the worst of the series at that point. Then they had two different games of trying to revamp and redo and fix the milk that they spilt. SmackDown vs. Raw 09 fixed the AI and fixed tag teams, while SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 fixed creation, added new stuff to the new thing that was created, that was added in 09, which is create a finisher. and added more stuff to it, like off-the-top rope finishers, and gave us story designer in universe mode.
And it was also the first year that had the logo creator in it. 2010 was
that's not the logo creator. It was called Paint Tool.
Yes, that's what
it was pretty much. That's not a logo creator. That's Mario Paint.
It's Mario Paint, or it's a very rudimentary version of Photoshop or GIMP, essentially. And that was the first year that they did anything like that in one of these games. So that was the first year where pretty much if you spent enough time, the sky was the limit.
There wasn't much of a sky to begin with.
Well, just
you can only do things by hand so freaking much.
That's true, but it was the first game, and
one of the things that was 2010's SmackDown vs. Raw 2010's detriment, as we're going to get back to universe mode and stop talking about ancient history. One of its detriments was putting CAWs up on CC, which no longer is a problem, but that's beside the point. Back in the day, if you downloaded a CAW off CC in 2010, the entrance, moveset, victory, and pretty much everything involving the CAW would be blocked off to you, period. There was no changing anything involving anything that the person had done. So if the person didn't do the moveset, or didn't do a victory, or didn't do an entrance, or did an entrance that you didn't agree with, you're screwed, buddy.
Yeah, but at the same time, now
no one has to worry about that since those servers are down.
There's also a second way to look at that, though. You're looking at it from one angle. There's another angle to look at it. All right.
What angle would that be, Mr. Positive?
Well, the other angle would be,
or should I say, Mr. Defense Lawyer? Since you want to constantly interrupt me.
No, I'm not trying to constantly interrupt you. You're actually interrupting me a few times too. So, anyway, what it could the alternative viewpoint on that is it didn't take up any extra logo space when you downloaded a character. There wasn't actually a logo. What was it called? The logo tool that we have now, that you go in and delete the logos before you re-download a call. There wasn't anything.
But at the same time, bro, that wasn't an issue until 2K took over.
I know.
That was never an issue in 2010. That was never an issue in 2011, 2012, 13, or 14.
Yeah.
That was never a problem, period. Whenever you used a paint tool, it didn't take up logo space. Ever.
Yeah.
It never did.
Because it was built into the game. It was like those creator logos now. It was like the creator logo things. When you make them, they have spots, but I don't think there's a limit to them. Because it's using in-game stuff that's already in the game.
Yeah. But back to universe mode, since some people can't remember ancient history. A lot of the things that we take for granted now were not in the original. Rivalries were not in the original. If you want to see a cutscene, you watched every match, and maybe you would get a cutscene every
2.
Maybe 2 every month or so of shows.
I'd get about 1 a show, but it would be they'd be very few and like far between. So like you'd get one at the beginning of one show, and then you'd see those 2, or you'd see like similar or one of the people fighting again, so you'd think that you're going to get another cutscene, and then nothing. It's just like, God, what?
Uh-huh.
But I had that same issue with 19 too. I wasn't getting very many cutscenes, so even in the more modern games,
that's because with 19 you weren't using you probably weren't using rivalries.
Wrong. I was using rivalries, and it wasn't.
God, I could easily get a bunch of different rivalry actions. 19.
I couldn't get a rivalry action to save my ass the first time I played it, but I went through again later on, and I think I reset it back up, and it was after a few updates, and I started getting cutscenes. But when the game first launched, it wasn't.
There was probably a problem. I believe it was SmackDown versus Raw. I believe it was W12, not SmackDown versus Raw. I believe it was 2012 W12 that first brought in the rivalry system. I believe.
I don't think they brought it in until
it's either 12 or 13.
I don't think they brought the rivalry.
No, it's. I believe it was either 12 or 13. It was either 12 or 13 where that started.
Are you sure on this? Because I don't remember the rivalry.
I believe it was. It was either 12 or 13. Because I remember that was a big thing they talked about.
I thought that was something that they brought in the next generation of games. I thought it was. That was not started in the 2K era. That was started in the THQ era. Really? I don't remember.
Yeah. It was either 12 or 13, but it was very different than the way it is now.
Well, if the original system, you couldn't pick anything. Like, it was well generated for you.
Yeah, it was
sandbox mode.
I believe the way the original rivalry system worked was if the match had enough heat to it, the game would turn it into a rivalry. So the rivalries were completely random to how the match went. If I remember right, for either 12 or 13.
I mean, it kind of sounds like if you just keep booking two people against each other, eventually the match will have enough heat and you'll go to rivalry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So it was an interesting concept, and I believe it was 14 that added the option. Yeah, it was 2K14, I believe, added the option to choose rivals.
Okay.
I believe that's where they added that. And then 2K, for what it's worth, added on to it.
They added the promo system, which I have.
They added on to what was left, what THQ couldn't add any more onto.
Yeah,
because they were no more by that point.
Well, I have a love-hate relationship with the promo thing, by the way.
They never make any sense.
No, they don't make any sense. If you want a good laugh, if you really want a good laugh, I was buried in the ashes of Pompeii from the ocean, so I don't know what you're talking about. So if you really want a good laugh, go back, play 2K19 and play Universe Mode with rivalry with promos on, and just
put somebody in a promo and you'll laugh your ass off.
Yes, because they don't make any sense at all, but they're hilarious. And hey, what's going on?
Heaven forbid you could do the same thing with 18. If you watch any of the older. That's one thing in and of itself. Just going back to some of our older streams in old school universe mode when we didn't edit. My heavens, some of those promos would make absolutely zero sense.
But that's what made them fun. Like, they made absolutely no sense. They'd be talking about, like, I honestly don't. I don't have an example right now, but
hey, Walter, welcome to the stream.
But they would spew off a promo, and you'd be listening to it going, but you're not the world champion, or why are they talking about WWE? This is my eFed. Like,
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the reason why whenever that popped up for 2K19 or 2K18, whenever it was, usually someone would just like say whatever they wanted to say on the mic.
yeah.
Oh, we know one person that did that. We can't say that. We can't say the name though.
Me? I did.
That you were not the person I was thinking of.
No, but
That would
still,
cut the promos. That would cut the promos live on the mic. But to be fair, a lot of people did that.
Mm-hmm. I just kind of let them play out, and I'd read them, and then I'd laugh. Like that was my style. It's like, oh, what are you talking about? This makes no sense.
You were also the person at one point that defended to me SmackDown WWE 2K15.
I did that. Man,
When Vito stumbles like that means he doesn't want to say that I'm right.
I did that. 2015 was so long ago. I don't remember.
Bullshit.
I mean, I don't even remember anything from what was it? From last week.
AKA, folks, he knows I'm right, and he's just being an asshole about it.
Yeah, right. What a rarity.
At least Rage knows that. Let's say 75% of the time I'm right.
Good lord. Okay. So let's move on to current universe and where it's kind of at right now.
The point we're trying to make here, folks, is as much as whether you like or dislike the previous universe modes and in their iterations, universe mode was intended to be chaos incarnate.
Yes.
Because it had an opposite with Story Designer. Story Designer does not exist anymore. Now universe mode needs to evolve and stop being chaotic. Give us the ability. Give us universe mode and Story Designer combined. Allow us to make matches and set up the cutscenes that will happen in that universe mode, and let us watch it play out. Or maybe let us play it and see it play out.
I would take it a step further than that. What I would love to see. What are the odds of odds being right? God bless you guys. Seriously, God bless you, chat.
85%.
Oh my god. What I would love to see, honestly, in a universe mode is the ability to even fix a match and watch it play out. Like, I would love that, because you could tell storylines like best of 7 series and actually go 7 matches and have a winner and a loser back and forth and make it unpredictable. I mean, believe it or not, sometimes fixing matches actually makes the show more unpredictable, because I can make it look like one guy is going to win, but the other guy somehow wins. And it would be cool to go into Universe ahead of time and say, okay, I'm booking a best of 7 series. I need to make sure I get to match 7. So for this match, I need this guy to win using his finisher. Or for this match, I need this guy to lose because he got knocked out on the outside and couldn't make it back in the ring in time. Or like,
and at the same time, when it comes to this, do not have it that we can know what's gonna that we know who's gonna win the match or what's gonna happen in the freaking menu.
Yeah,
if we're doing a stream,
have that be in the background. Yeah, I agree.
If there's that's why edited shows are so much fun and for me a lot better to watch.
Yep.
Yes, I know who's gonna win, but you watching don't. So I get to enjoy watching your surprise at what's happening, and I get to see the live reactions of people's surprise and shock and awe or anger live as it is.
Yeah.
Over something that I know what's going to happen and I know what the ending is. So I could just see the roller coaster of the fans and the fans of what they're watching.
I kind of like being on that roller coaster with them. I know that sounds weird, but yesterday
that's why a lot of part of my show I even keep from him.
Yeah. I don't like knowing the outcomes. Personally. I'll do edited shows, and I have done a lot this year already that were edited that I tried to make look as close to live as possible. And I'll do commentary live over it. But what I'll do is I'll record the matches a week before I do the show. So when I do my recordings, I'm usually a week ahead. So I'm already recording the following week by the time I do the show. So by the time I do the show, I'll completely forget who wins and loses the matches. And I'll do it on purpose that way. I will record a show a week before, and while I'm editing the next show, stream the one that I just recorded the one that's done with me doing commentary live in the chat or live with the chats, right? And be surprised at who wins because I forget who wins. Unless it's a big match, unless it's like a big match or a big setup, like the one with Jesus, where he cashed in his briefcase. Like, that I knew was going to happen, but I can tell you right now, even though that happened, it is building to something else. So that's the only reason that I would, that's why I do that. But anyway, I'll use Universe when booking though sometimes. I'll pre-record a Universe and that has natural cutscenes, where I go in ahead of time and I pick all the cutscenes, and I see it pop up, but you guys don't because I edit that part out. So that's another thing. That's what I like about this year's. I don't like it from the aspect of doing it 100% live because everybody can see what's going to happen. And hello, Kane. Welcome to the show. This is the Let's Talk CAW Shop podcast. We're just talking about Universe Mode right now.
Welcome in. But
in this current new one, 23 and 24, I should say, what I enjoy, I know that the rivalry pops up on the screen ahead of time, but if you're doing a pre-recorded show, what I enjoy is going into Universe, setting it up, picking the scene that I want, and then letting it play out and recording over it, because it takes the editing process. So it makes it so much quicker. I don't wrestle, but what we do is we take AI characters, or we take created characters, and some of the people in the chat actually are part of the roster, and we let them fight, and I call the matches.
Oh, don't lie to the folks. We wrestle. We wrestle down there in Rio de Janeiro.
Listen, you little you little smart ass.
All right. So now that you've heard him babble and you've heard me give everyone a history lesson, let's let's go to the younger fogey here on the panel, and his experience with Universe Mode with the games that he's been in.
Yeah, the young old man.
Right?
Yeah, the young old man.
It's old man young.
Basically, when I first used like 2K games, which I think started with 2K17, I kept moving onwards. I just kind of used Universe Mode, kind of like just to see what would happen, and usually was for like a CAW show. But yeah, the whole thing is that like Odds mentioned, it's chaos. Meaning, if you're trying to like do like a show and you want to like run storylines, good luck.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I had planned for one guy to at least try to hold on to like a undefeated streak. Then Mr. Rogers' mob. No, I'm not kidding. Mr. Rogers' mob literally just then fucking stuns the guy and wins. I'm just like, oh shit.
Oh gosh, why do I still remember that gimmick?
That's amazing.
Because Mob wanted to be freaking Bray Wyatt for SCD, and then I tried to at least protect it as best I could, but you know.
Gosh dang, that's amazing. It's done by Mr. Rogers. That's the fun part of CAW, though. That really is. Protection.
He looked like Mr. Rogers if Mr. Rogers mixed with a clown.
Oh, it's amazing.
Here's the main thing. I try to use it for SCD for a show, or basically just for shows in general. Which was basically my CAW show, going from Young Samurai show to Legion Professional Wrestling to then Second City Dojo. And all those aspects, I liked it for the fact that at least I could just set it up and just watch it play. The only thing I hated about it was basically the fact that also, something that I think we didn't mention yet, the power ranking system! Good fucking lord!
Oh gosh, how would I can forget that that's the crap that...
Literally, all it does is, if you're trying to run a show, like for me, I try to run it with 100 overall back then. That's not the better way to go about it, because if your cause happen to be up in the power rankings, at the top 10, they got that little boost.
For shit.
What's up?
They ain't losing for shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually,
so pretty much, if you wanted to maybe give someone an edge, just bump them up just a little further. At least you gave them that edge to maybe get them the win.
Hello, premium.
It still comes down to a lot of other factors, but still.
Welcome to the show. Beetle, correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't the Power 25 been there since the start?
It has. They didn't start doing the boost, I believe, until 12 or 13. But what I've noticed over the years, and this is just an observation from a guy who's played a shit ton of Universe, the thing that I always observe is that the underdog, a lot of the time, will overcome. So that power system actually it doesn't work in your favor half the time, too. Because it's a 50-50 crapshoot as to whether the guy's gonna obliterate.
It's also really fucking complicated. You don't know what the fuck how you're even moving up in the rankings. It's like you have someone who's on a winning streak and they're somehow in the 15. Well, there's somebody else that's lost 10 matches in a row and somehow they're the top 5.
Beetle, here's my counter argument for your little analysis. BMH and what the hell is the name? GNK.
Okay, no, that's
Generation Kid.
That's fair. But my counter argument to that would be going all the way back to 2013 or no, it was 2016. Xavier Woods and Dolph Ziggler. Those two both ended up becoming world champions after being they were not in the power rankings. They got thrown into a match, into a one-on-one match with the champion. I'm thinking they're not going to win. They're not going to win. They won, and then they held on to the titles. So actually, that also goes in your favor too. I'm gonna read it. I'm sorry. We're just arguing with each other right now over Universe Premium. That's all.
For those that
favorite wrestler is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
For those that do not know what we're talking about, especially because for those that are kind of new here, GNK. If you go back to one of our friends' streams, BMH Territories,
the Generation Kid,
great guy. Mm-hmm. He has a belt called the Welterweight Championship, and throughout 2008 2K18. There was one person that held that belt with an iron grip like no one has ever seen. Generation Kid.
Yep.
No one could beat him unless he went to the main event scene.
Basically, if he upped the ante a little bit, if he went to someone who weighed more than the welterweights, and then you stood a chance.
But he was up there in the power rankings too. The fact is, the power rankings, they'll choose who is number one in the power rankings just out of pure fucking random.
Anymore, yes.
And that person will become their chosen one that will be number one for the entire universe mode's existence.
Anymore, yes, it is chosen at random. Before, in the older iterations of the game, the power rankings were meant for like the main eventers at the time. So like in 2011 and 2012, in those two games, the power rankings would kind of be, used for, I don't know, your like John Cena's or your big stars that were already on the roster for the game. So like John Cena, Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton, guys like that, your big main eventers, they would be in your top 10 in the power rankings. So as you're playing through a universe, if you're trying to get a call or a character who's farther down on the rankings up, and you're winning matches as them, you're climbing your way slowly in the power rankings until finally you get to that point where you might get a boost if you can beat, let's say, the entry-level guy at the time would be, let's just say, for instance, it was Randy Orton, and you're playing as like a Dolph Ziggler or one of those other guys, right? And you're trying to get him into the top 10. You have to beat Orton to get into the top 10. That's what the ranking systems were initially used for. So it was, you beat the guy who's there, you take his spot, and hey, here's a little boost for making it. But when it comes to running a CAW show, I can definitely see why that's unfair. Because when you're running a CAW show and it's supposed to be everyone is created equally, that power ranking system kind of screws up that dynamic. Because it's like, well, they have to pick 10 people to be the guy. So it does take away from it. Yes, you're right. In that sense.
But most people don't realize where the power 25 came from.
Mm-hmm.
It's the WWE's freaking magazine. That's where it came from, folks. That's why it was in universe mode from day one. The Power 25, because it was promoting their damn magazine. If you play SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, that's what they said. They constantly bring up the Power 25 in the magazine.
Well, the Power 25 has been in the games for a long time too. The Power 25 was also an.
Can I finish?
Oh, go on. Sorry, I thought you were done. That's why I started talking. My bad.
The Power 25. The Power 25 has been there. It was in universe mode because of the freaking magazine. They'll say it in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 constantly. In a lot of games, they'll overly talk about the damn magazine until the magazine no longer existed.
Yeah.
And when the magazine stopped existing, now it's just there for whatever reason. It really should be taken out.
Nowadays, yes, they should take it out, but they had it in
the mod question. And to answer the mod question, no, that is
odds. I will answer it. It's my channel. You have to earn that one. Sorry about that. Anyway, what I would say pretty much regarding the power ranking system, though, wasn't the Power 25 used in the old GM mode too?
I don't.
It might have been.
It might have been. I don't remember.
I think
I know the magazine. I know the magazine is. I know the magazine was old enough.
I believe
for SPR 2010, if I remember correctly, I think I did see like a power ranking system in there where it's like it depended on who was like the highest overall on that particular thing.
Yeah. Well, Premium, you're kind of brand new, so I don't really give people chat mod status until they've been around for a while.
And plus, we know you.
Exactly. We don't really. We're just getting to know you right now. So it's nothing against you. It's just it's
against you. We just kind of don't. We can't just give a wrench to someone or a sword or whatever to someone that we don't know.
I have a rule, and it takes a while for someone to be a mod. It took me a while. The two gentlemen who are in this chat with me right now. Well, Chase, hold on. Me chat mod? Gosh dang it.
Honestly, I still don't know why Beetle trusts me with a mod.
It just takes a little while for me to trust people to let them be a mod. Why won't this thing...
I know why you trust me. Because I'm the fastest gun in the West.
Oh. Why am I having trouble doing this? Click on you. There we go. That's how to freaking do that quickly. Mod.
If I was on the two of you, I'd ask for chat mod. I rage. We go with you. This man literally just put on a honeycombs mask and just went, "Where can I have mod, please?"
Now we have Rich.
Fucking hell.
Rage. Who is Rage? Oh my god. What were we? We were on Universe, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Power 25. If I remember right, though, the Power 25 was used in the old
If it was in the old games, it would actually make sense because that magazine was around in 2005, 2006.
Yeah, and it was
around back.
It was used primarily like as a measuring stick with the other brand. Like once you got towards the end, one of the things, even though it was mainly the popularity, one of the things was which GM has more people in the Power 25. So you would look. I would check it every week, and I would look to see who I had in it. And I remember at one point, I think it was either '07 or '08. It was probably '08, the last year they did the old version. '08, what they would do is if you had a tag team, they would count as one person on the Power 25. So I had DX on my roster, and they showed up together next to each other as DX, and it didn't say Shawn Michaels or Triple H. It said D Generation X, and they were, I want to say at the time they were number one. They were number one in the Power 25.
It wouldn't be surprising.
I had them running around with the tag belts, and then I had Triple H with the world title, and Shawn with I believe it was the Intercontinental title, or something like that. So I had them each holding a different championship and the tag titles. They were the only champions on my show. Other than the women's champion, and I forgot who that was. But anyway.
I'm an ass man.
Darn.
Yeah, I'm an ass man.
But yes, in relation to the games today, yeah, the Power 25 does kind of screw things up for CAW. But
And also, since the magazine is gone, it really doesn't make any sense anymore. They don't. Hell, the WWE themselves don't even use a ranking system anymore. Like they barely did when they had the Power 25 to begin with.
yeah.
So it's not like it's needed.
They could probably take that out, and then, like we had already touched on earlier, just add some story. Add more control. More control, less
we appreciate having the ability to control the rival actions. Give us more so we can maybe be able to control the story we want to tell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It would actually, honestly, it'd be kind of cool to be able to write your own promos. I would love that. I would love to be able to write my own promos and have them just randomly pop up.
Yeah, and in that,
while we're going,
you wouldn't technically need to bring back story designer because you would have merged story designer with universe mode.
Yeah, I would,
and gave somebody complete control. Done.
I'd love that.
It's like they keep saying, "Oh yeah, Universe is the sandbox, right?" Give us the ability to control the story.
It's
our sandbox, and
if it's
a sandbox, if it's the sky's the limit, then let us actually control everything.
Right now,
then
let
it reach the sky.
Yeah. Right now, it's the sandbox that it's more of a chaotic sandbox than anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a sandbox that pretty much you just like it's someone else's sandbox that you're being allowed to play in.
It's like booting up a Pokemon game to play, and you accidentally picked up a randomizer. That's what
pretty much
was like.
Yeah, it's the wild west of simulation. It's getting better and it's getting a little more predictable, but I showed Odd some screenshots earlier this morning, and I was simming to get up to the month that I need to be up to because I just finished setting up all my tag teams and setting everything up. So I'm simming to get to the month that I need to get to, and they've got two girls who are kind of in the same group fighting each other for a belt. I just went, see, I told you they're going to end up having to fight. And it's actually something that I'm entertaining, but I thought it was funny to see Universe did it. And then they actually added a third to one of the teams without me even having to think about it, and it was something good. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Universe did something good. But half the time, like the other day, they turned my top babyface or my top heel babyface when they had Jesus shaking
Whoever his opponent was.
Yeah. I just remember he was shaking the guy's hand. I'm just like, God, it was Tsukihiro. That's who it was. They had Jesus shaking his hand after they fought. And I was like, God damn it, Jesus, you weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to low blow him, or like, I thought he was going to cheap shot him or something when he put his hand out. But instead he shook his hand and I was just like, you're my top heel. You just cashed in on someone last week who fought for 45 minutes to win the world title. And you're here shaking a kid's hand. Dumbass. And then the other moment was they turned the Killshot Express heels in their match. Because the match ended, and then he proceeded to stomp out his opponent. And I'm just watching this going, what are you doing? Universe mode, we need to have a talk.
We need to have a talk. Go home, you're drunk.
Yeah, no shit.
I believe in Drunkverse.
Yeah, pretty much. The drunk verse. My universe is drunk, and I'm not even drunk. Damn. Or
hell, when it comes to universe mode of 2K23, there's a reason for your game. We called it the heel verse.
Because it turned all of Kyle's cause heel.
No, because everybody was a heel.
Didn't want to turn heel.
I was gonna say everybody was a heel. It's like, you're a heel, you're a heel, you're a heel. Let's just turn you all heel. It's like, what the hell's going on here? All the backstabbery, the heel verse. Bring that back. I should bring that back. That'd be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the heel verse. Where the only storylines that happen are people turning on people.
But that's the thing with universe mode. In a lot of ways, when some people bring up that it's outlived its usefulness and it's become a relic, they're partially not wrong. Because it has. It was chaos to counteract something that was controlable and was control, so you had control and chaos in the same game. So what you wanted, you could do. Now that that's gone, it has kind of outlived it, but that's why more control needs to be put in and give universe mode a new fresh coat of paint.
I have one counter argument for you. Just one.
Alright. Shoot.
The only counter argument I have to it's outlived its usefulness is I still find a good use for it. Personally, I pre-record all my matches. It is a lot easier for me to sit down and book everything out, and I normally do everything first run. So if I have 7 matches that I want to do first run, and I have 2 matches that I don't want to do first run, what I'll do is I'll go into Universe and I'll book those 7 matches, and I'll record them all in one shot. So I'll go
to be fair, I also would have took an LTD as a counter argument.
That too. That was a definite.
Basically, you just have a guy that just lets everything run and essentially just plays by the ear.
He plays by the ear and turns off the first thing from what I understand. The first thing that Blaze does is he goes in when he sets up his universe and he turns off the stories. That is, he turns off rivalries. That's the first thing he does. So he just lets it play out. It's the matches, and then he tells the story himself by role playing, and he does a fantastic job at it. If you guys haven't heard or seen LTD, look up Blaze's channel here. Actually, on YouTube, I'm going to drop his link right now.
Speaking of another thing that can easily be missed that was not in the original GM mode, folks, you could not turn off stories in the original GM mode.
It's not.
You cannot turn off anything in the original GM mode. I believe that was added in 2012.
Let's be honest. That's all thinking.
Is Nightbot on crack or something, or just sleeping and not working?
Oh.
My character is meant to be a heel, but sometimes got changed to a face, so I had to change it back to a heel. Yep.
Uh-huh.
That and that happens a lot with characters. Like if they don't want to be faces or heels, they'll jump in and say it, or let you know, and that's fair. That's totally fair.
Or or for me, one of the things that its chaos actually gave me a good angle, which was when I was doing a random universe mode. It gave me it turned Carmen heel. It made her like a heel Neville-like character and just had her dominate.
Damn.
And that's what gave me the idea of turning Carmen heel and putting her with the NGC.
Yeah. One of the cool parts of the universe that I've had in the past was I was just playing it, simming stuff in 19. And I want to say I simmed like 5 or 6 or no, like 8 years or something like that.
Oh gosh, I remember this.
Yes, this was like one of my favorite universe moments. I simmed 8 years, so I didn't play a single match. I just simmed the entire thing, right? And at the end of the 8 years, Pete Dunne was still the NXT UK champion. He literally held the belt for 8 years without dropping it.
Folks, for context, that means Pete Dunne's reign beat out Bruno Sammartino's WWE Championship run of 7.5 years.
He blew it out of the water.
I believe he held it like 12 years.
He would still be champion right now if that universe were canon WWE. He never would have dropped that belt.
We put him against Delvin.
Yes.
We had to bring in the big guns and bring in Delvin and see if Delvin could dethrone him, and he still beat him.
He still beat him. I think I went in and I threw Cena at him. I threw Triple H. I was throwing.
This was on what game?
This is in 19.
Oh wow!
19.
The only person we didn't throw at him was Phoenix.
Actually, I did, and he beat Phoenix.
Fucking hell!
He literally just he went on a
Cruiserweight supremacy.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I was throwing everyone at him. When I say everyone, I mean I was literally going in and going, all right, who can I draft to NXT this week to try and take the belt off of him?
I'm a nice man.
Like
got me tempted to load up 2K19 just to see what the fuck I can do.
That was my.
I still have a fucking vacuum of a fucking like roster there that I can probably just like work on, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have a full roster over there too.
Okay, we're doing that.
I have a Legends roster over there. When I finally post my roster page on Discord, I have everyone who I've had from 18 until now. I tried including everybody in that list, so that there's like a alumni roster. There's going to be an alumni roster on the page, or that's part of it. So, but let's see, who else did I throw at him? Oh, I threw Mac at him. I threw Benton at him. He went through Benton. I was just like, what the hell is wrong with you, Pete? Drop the belt. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. God damn it.
And Benton was destroying everybody on everyone's show.
Yes. I was like, he'll dethrone Pete. He'll take the belt from him. Pete Dunne. Nope.
This is the guy that you guys keep saying is a fucking belt magnet, because this dude will not drop a belt
Yes.
and then not, get it right back.
Yeah, Pete Dunne was just like, nope. He did that to Triple H. He did it to Stone Cold. He did it to The Rock. Whoever I threw at him, he was just like, nope, nope, nope. Even Lesnar. He beat Lesnar. I was just watching this going, what the fuck's going on here? Something crazy is going on in NXT. Pete Dunne is not dropping the belt.
Pete Dunne is now on steroids.
Yeah. Pete has outdone with the NXT UK Championship. He outdid in my universe mode anything that anybody in years past had ever done. Like, no one has done what he did ever since. Even in 16, in 2K16, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E, as the New Day, held the tag team titles, the Intercontinental title, and the WWE Championship all at the same time. And those three guys were trading off the WWE Championship. So they were rivaling with each other and holding all the belts at the same time. I cannot make this up.
Jesus Christ.
I ended up making a custom New Day WWE Championship in the game just because those guys wouldn't drop it. I was just like, well, I may as well just make this and put this on them. And for like 7 years of a Universe Sim, I went back and looked at the title history and went Biggie, Kofi, Xavier, Kofi, Xavier, Kofi, Xavier, Biggie, Kofi, Xavier. It just kept going back to them. And then the last game that Michael McGillicuddy was in before they changed his name to Curtis Axel, he decided that he was going to hold the world championship for like 3 years. I've had a few long reigns in this in universe mode over the years. Ziggler was another one. Ziggler held it for like 3 or 4 years in one of the universe modes. Have you guys had anything crazy happen in your Sims? Like just messing around, having fun with
Nope. In fairness, though, I don't really ever sit down to sim a universe mode. I really just, like, if I was just to play with universe mode, I just play it to have a show.
I never have either. I've used it, but then every single time the game tries to delete a tag team that I want to use, and puts, let's say, Curtis Axel with Randy Orton for some reason, or team up with John Cena, or have him in some angle with his other schmo. God, I'm just like, I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I didn't want that.
They put him in a. And
with 2K, I'm just like, all right, screw this. I'm going back to what makes me comfortable.
So there was,
and I would always go back to Story Designer.
I believe there was one game that had Mr. T in it. Did they ever pair him with them, and did you just change their team name from the B team to the A team?
I don't know if I ever used him.
Wait for it.
I don't know if I ever used Mr. T at all, ever.
Wait for it. He'll get the joke eventually.
Oh, I got the joke. It wasn't funny.
Damn.
This is why we can't ever joke with Oz. Oz will just no-sell everything.
Samurai, did you at least get the joke?
No, there's a lot of things that are funny.
No, I didn't.
Everyone does the A-team joke.
Yeah, but I used it in a wrestling sense. Oh, man. ... That's all I'm getting right now. You're an idiot. ...
And then ... from him.
Yep.
And then for any of the younger people in the audience, they're just like, ... These people are old.
Yeah. What are they talking about right now? I can feel
What are they
myself
talking
aging.
about?
Well, yeah. Do we have anything else that we need to cover on Universe, gentlemen?
Not that I can think of, but
Yeah, not really. It just needs to be changed and give us more control over it. Like we said from the start, we were there. We get the point on why it was created. We get that it's chaos, but the chaos is outdated.
Yep.
We need to have control over universe mode. A lot more than we have.
I agree.
hi.
So I have
I'm good.
I have one.
Samurai, what was your comment?
Sorry, I was just talking to my mother in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
How would you guys like to see me get my ass kicked by a video game? See, something.
We're in.
What?
We're in. We want to see you get your ass kicked.
All right. So I have a little thing before we sign off on the podcast. Just want to let everybody know that we'll be live here shortly after we go off the air, probably about 10 minutes or so, just so I can get everything set up, and then I'll be live again.
Ooh.
Something really cool happened yesterday. I hit 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Congratulations.
And I had said that if I hit 500 subscribers, or if I get close to 500 subs, I would do a specific stream from a certain game. So we will be going back to 2K20. Playing as I play Bump in the Night.
On Legends difficulty.
Oh.
On Legend difficulty.
Okay, I'm here for this.
Yep. So on that note,
Now-
folks. Oh, go on.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for people of the podcast, this podcast is a bi-weekly podcast. So not next week, but the following week after, we will return. And since these two Smos are busy with work and not having to think of a podcast, I know.
Plays.
I know, right? Not having to think of a podcast a lot. Lazy. I will be coming up with the next. I'll be coming up with the next following. I'll be coming up with the next episode's material unless we find someone to interview. So, with that being said,
I know there's one person that's been waiting for that interview.
huh?
It's a certain smartass. I'm pretty sure that's hearing me right now. I know where you are right now.
Well, we can get Chaz in here for that.
Yeah.
Would be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said,
Close it out.
this has been the Let's Talk Call Shop podcast. The shop is officially closed. Like I said, this is a bi-weekly podcast. We will return in not next week, but the following week.
So
with that being said, I'm Odds Cornet. That's Triple Beat. And that's Young Samurai. We will see you next time. Take care.
The shop.
Now get out of here!
The shop is officially closed, and I'll see you guys in a few for a bump of the night. Bye. Or stream ending.
Welcome to the Let's Talk Car Shop Box, where we talk all about the digital wrestling in. You already know
Thank you, Blaze. Much appreciated. Alright, guys. See you in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. Need to get everything set up. So, bye!